And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
You people are lucky to have me this week because I am dying. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't get sick often, but when I do, boy, I get sick. And it's been since 2 o'clock this morning, but you guys, you deserve a little bit of a show. Herman Lynch deserve a little bit of a show. Fuck it. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. My name's Chris Burns. With me, as always, producer extraordinary, the man with no hair, Michael P.S. Herman, Big Herm. Lynch will be here in just a few minutes.
And, Lynch is out wrangling some dogs.
Those dogs are pretty well behaved for the most part, I will say, because I just got done watching his house last week while they were on their little mini vacation.
Yep.
And they listen when they want to. There'll be a certain time of day where they just decide, fuck you, fat man, I'm not listening to you. And I will start yelling and screaming and hooting and hollering, and they get inside and they all give me the doe eyes like, we're sorry. Fuck it, come here.
There he is.
So there he is. It's Chris Lynch.
Yep.
Nothing. But yeah, your dogs are for the most part pretty well behaved. I'll give it to you. Till they get that wild hair across their ass, and then everything goes apeshit sideways.
Yep.
And I apologize to you, Lynch, too. This is the first time I've been out of bed other than to vomit and to shit all day. So doing it for you. I don't know how long I'm going to last, but
good for you.
Doing it for you guys. I don't vomit very often, but boy,
is it something you ate?
I had
a bug?
I'm not sure. I felt great going to bed last night. At about 2 a.m. it started, and it was mostly the back end. And then about 9 a.m., I had already not slept more than an hour and a half. I was like, I'm not coming in. Give me a sick day. I'll be there tomorrow. And then right after that, at 9 a.m., I went into the bathroom, and it was just, here you go. Here's a Technicolor yawn. Yeah. So 9 and noon were the times of that. Everything else has been just trying to keep my hydration level up. Couple bananas, couple saltine crackers. I got my Canada Dry, and working toward the goal. So I apologize if I have to bail out. You did what?
I said I could go for a Canada Dry. I like that.
It is good shit. I like Schweppes, but Schweppes is a little too sweet. Schweppes. I remember those commercials. Look at that.
A little Schweppes.
So we might as well just dive right into this. I'm going to have Herm describe to you what we're doing, and then we're going to dive right in.
All right, then.
All right, so we were looking for a topic, and nobody had a topic, and we kind of had a topic, and we're going to do a list show, and we're trying to figure it out, and we're hemming and hawing, and nobody really had an idea. And I was like, we should do a Marry, Fuck, Kill episode at some point.
I like
Everybody was like, what?
I thought it was a great idea.
Marry, Fuck, Kill. So we thought we'd do an MFK show in the style of Questions of the Hat. We've all got...
Not to be confused with MLK style.
Right,
that's something completely different.
That's a head wound. But that's a whole head wound. It's not a group of people.
Right.
But we each have trios, groups of 3, and we have to make an unfortunate decision. We have to marry, sleep with one, and kill one of them. So, and that's the rules. You have to. It doesn't matter who the group is. It doesn't matter who a person or thing in the group is. It's just to see where our heads lie, perhaps.
My head has its
And
own heartbeat right now.
if we're lucky, get canceled, Come on.
It's been a goal of mine for many, many years. Cancellation.
Cancellation is validation nowadays. So
That's
fuck it.
right. Means you're
So
doing
those
the
are
right
the
thing.
rules.
So
And
how far
March is-
fetched did you? Sorry.
Huh?
How far fetched are we on this list? Do we have a hard line where it can't be outrageous, or is this
I
anything
thought
goes?
that was the whole fucking point.
Okay, then.
I got one
got
that's a little outrageous.
I got a list.
I thought the
I
whole
got a
point
list.
was to be a little outrageous.
Yeah, some of mine are basic. 2 of them are really outrageous.
Most of
But-
mine are outrageous.
A very overwhelming majority of mine are fucking
Yeah.
outrageous.
Not one of them is real people. Well, no. One of them is real people. Nobody else exists, or anything of that exists on a real nature, other
Well,
than
this sucks.
fiction.
I was looking forward to this.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This
That's
is
it.
this is gonna be the nice thing.
I hope so. I really hope so. Before my
All
head
right.
starts to explode, let's move this baby along.
All right. So, does anybody want to start?
Sure.
I'll
why not?
start.
Go ahead, Lynch.
All right, Lynch, go for it.
Okay, top of the list. First one that came to mind. FMK. Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, Mrs. Butterworth.
I'll answer this.
All right.
We're gonna kill Gayle King because she's pretty much useless. We're gonna fuck Mrs. Butterworth because she's got that sweet loving.
And that buttery flavor.
That's right, and it's all kinds of buttery love. And Oprah we marry just because that nigga Stedman be pulling something down. He got to have something going on. He's nobody hear a fucking word about him. Nobody talk about him, but ain't nobody bitching neither. So Stedman got to have something going on.
I'm gonna take your list just and kind of move it in my direction. I'd actually fuck Gayle King. I would kill Oprah and I'd marry Mrs. Butterworth.
Chris be like, I want pancakes. I'm gonna have pancakes every meal for the rest.
Could
of
you
the
imagine how I feel today if I had just some really good pancakes?
And Mrs. Butterworth like, don't worry, baby. It's pancakes.
Me and my big glass booty will fix you up.
Miss Butterworth got a big old ass too.
Big old glass
Exactly.
booty. We're gonna fix you up some nice pancakes. My order is the same as her: marry Oprah, kill Gayle because again she's useless, and marry Mrs. Butterworth because she's in it for the long haul.
All right. Likes it.
All right.
Hey, nice hat and T-shirt you got there, Chris.
Thank you. I donated to a soup
He
kitchen.
got it in Colorado,
and they gave me...
and he picked it up at the Denver airport.
Yeah, Lynch brought this back for me for watching his house. Thank you again. I like it. I'm not a big fan of maroon, but when I put it on, I was like, all right, this makes sense. I really do like it.
What a maroon.
What a maroon.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to put my list out there, my first one. And we're going to go back to a couple of mine are 80s driven, but this one is the most 80s driven of all of them. Your choices are Blair, Joe, and Tootie.
Oh, difference. I mean, facts of life.
Yes, sir.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'll go. We're gonna marry Blair. I know that it could be a tough road, but I'm thinking the monetary ends might justify some means on that one. We're gonna kill Joe.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can't have anybody in the house that thinks they're superior to me as far as mechanics and motorcycles.
Yeah, but you could learn from each other. Come on now.
Yeah, no, and we are doing such a wild thing with Tootie
All right.
because I don't know, y'all had to have seen Kim Fields develop after Tootie.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just saying that's the Kim Fields that
But are you operating on Tootie as after she developed after?
let's just put it this way. I have intimate knowledge of what Tootie looks like later. So we just fucking. There we go.
Okay.
We just fucking.
All right.
I'm gonna need that with Blair. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need a little Tootie in my life when I got to deal with Blair.
Understood.
Fair enough.
All right, Lynch, hit it.
I'm gonna go the same order.
Oh, you guys are retarded.
Yeah, I'll definitely F Tootie. And Joe, I don't know, man. She scares me, so she'd be the first to go.
Joe Polnicek.
That's it, Polnicek.
Joe Polnicek.
Yeah, and Blair. Yeah, I would see Blair out of the three as the marrying type.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, so Blair and Tootie are very close on the Mary F scale. I mean, they're interchangeable to me, but the kills, the constant's going to be the kill, and that's Joe.
Well, I mean, Tootie, you marry Tootie, you got to deal with that bitch running over the good hardwood floors with them fucking roller skates. You know,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
That'll
and then when she gets top heavy,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just you're gonna fuck up all my floors with them roller skates. I'll just meet you at the hotel.
Okay. Mine's gonna be a little different. I am marrying Joe. I am definitely getting a piece of that sweet ass with Tootie on the F side, and my kill is gonna be Blair. I just never liked her.
See, that works for you. You're not extremely mechanically inclined, and I'm not being a dick, but having Joe around, that's a good move for you, bro.
There it is.
That's a bonus for you.
That's a financial move for you that you really can't pass up. Financially, with the amount of knowledge and work she would do to keep everybody's cars running. I get it. I get it. Absolutely. I don't like competition, but for you, that's a bonus. That's beautiful.
Well, that and I always thought she was the hottest. I didn't think Blair was just too...
so she did that whole mullet thing. Like
yeah, toward the end of the show.
She got a little dykey, and I said it. I don't give a fuck. I said it. She got a little dykey. We got to be honest. I'm kind of sorry that Natalie wasn't on that list, because Natalie later in the show was a fucking fireball. She was dating the guy. She was dating the
Snake.
Dude. She was dating Snake. She was working on a construction crew. This girl, look, I'm telling you, Natalie is, of all of those girls,
she's the dark horse.
Natalie is the sweet spot. All right.
Well, you told me I can only have three.
No. I know, but we're just talking at this point. We're riffing. Natalie truly is the sweet spot on that show. She works hard. She likes to have fun. Big girls give great head.
She's the over. Like I said, she's the dark horse of the entire crowd.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's
the most well-rounded.
But Natalie's really, like, Natalie's the top pick in my book.
Okay.
And I would make Mrs. Garrett watch.
Well, she passes the test. You gotta have there's two. They either gotta have a pretty face, all right, a really pretty kissable face, and be big girl, or be a skinny girl with a slamming body. All right, you got to have one or the other. You can't not have both. You can have both, but usually I lucked out with my wife. But usually that's not the case. It's one or the other. You got to have. She could be dog fucking ugly, but if she's got a slamming body, I could close my eyes. And the other way, if I look, she's got a pretty kissable face. There it is too. I like a pretty face. I'm a sucker for a pretty face. Doesn't matter how big the rest of the girl is.
Big booty and a smile.
That's why I'm saying Natalie. Bang.
Can't trust a big butt and a smile.
Look what they done to my boy, you piece of shit.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. Here's my first one.
Okay.
All right. Here it is. Marry, fuck, kill. Dorothy Spornak, Blanche Devereaux,
It's on my
Rose
list.
Nyland.
I was gonna do this one.
It's on my list.
I'm glad I didn't put it down.
Well, no, I see. Mine's a little different.
All right. I would I'd marry Rose, fuck Blanche, kill Dorothy. And I'm going back to Herm's kind of criteria. No one's allowed to be more sarcastic than me.
Oh no,
Bitch, you better slow your roll.
Right, right. Dorothy would definitely be more sarcastic than you, so she's got to go.
Yeah.
no. See, I like Dorothy, so this is my version of. I'm going to do both lists, but this was my version. It was B. Arthur, Rue McClanahan, or Estelle Getty.
Oh.
So I threw
It's
Grandma
kind
in
of
there.
a different list. I'm actually dealing with these characters specifically.
Well, see, I couldn't see. Okay, when I have real names, especially with this one, that's because I can't remember their character names.
Right. I was like,
as portrayed in the
Dorothy.
right, as portrayed in the Golden Girls.
And then I was like, what about Sophia?
Yeah.
Sophia's a hot ticket. I gotta be honest.
I would marry Sophia, but in your list, I would marry Rose, F, Blanche, and kill Dorothy. Yeah.
Good.
See,
I like it.
Now, I would marry Rose. I would fuck Dorothy. That bitch is tall. She's tall. She's like a mountain. I'd like to just climb to the top and sit there for a while.
I'm gonna climb you like a tree, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. And look, they weren't wrong in Airheads when they wanted a signed
Naked
autographed nude picture. They weren't wrong. They weren't wrong. And we just kill Blanche because she's just annoying.
Yeah, that works too.
I like it.
All right, whose turn is it now? Mine.
Your next option.
All right. Roseanne Barr, Ellen DeGeneres, Amy Schumer.
Oh, this is easy. This is real easy.
Say that again. Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne Barr, Ellen DeGeneres, Amy Schumer.
I would fuck Ellen, marry Roseanne, and I would kill Amy the first chance I get. Fuck that bitch.
Bing, ding, ding, ding. You match my list, my friend.
I don't understand the appeal. I don't.
When she was thinner, she was kind of cute. She's like that girl next door, cute. But the older she gets, she's not aging well, and she's not taking care of herself. Well, footnote, she does have medical problems, which cause the huge weight gain. So she can't help that. But lately, it's been the more she talks, the more turned off I get to her, because she's just totally drinking the woke juice, and it's this blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, I'd definitely marry Roseanne in a heartbeat. You know, that's somebody I could spar with and go nose to nose with in a relationship. That'd be cool. And Ellen, I'd fuck just to say I did.
Right, there you go. I like it.
I'm gonna kill Ellen.
All right.
I'm gonna bang Schwimmer.
Yep.
And I would marry Roseanne Barr.
Cool.
Terrible.
You're terrible. You're terrible, Shaq.
I think Ellen. I like Ellen in her early on stage days. I really did. But after she got political, and then we started to hear not just one, but multiple, all kinds of stories about her just being a cunt.
Yeah, just being a walking garbage can. That's
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I figure killing her is taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Sometimes the trash takes itself out.
And sometimes it hangs itself in a jail cell. Anyway,
That's right. Recognize.
redneckignize. All right, next
Where are we at?
on the list. I just went, so that means it's you, Burns.
All right, I'm taking it back to the 70s real quick. And
Ooh.
Just Just judging by the way you guys have answered, this is gonna be something to hear. So your three choices are Catherine Bach, Linda Carter, and Nell Carter.
Ooh.
Oh, how funny. Nell Carter was a possible entry on one of my lists.
Really?
Ooh.
Was.
So, all right, since I got it in my head, Catherine Bach, fuck
Linda Carter,
Mary, and kill Nell Carter.
Wow.
That's just the order. That's the first order that came into my head.
All right.
Get that look off your face, Herm. It doesn't mean anything. It's not because she's black. Because
I think it is because
I was just never a fan of Nell Carter.
I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Catherine Bach and Linda Carter were probably my earliest introduction to like holy shit, beautiful women on television. I mean, you know, Brady Bunch. Nobody on the Brady Bunch did it for me until like Farrah Fawcett, and that from Farrah Fawcett forward, that was my introduction to. Goddamn, they're hot.
I almost did Charlie's Angels list, strangely enough, but I couldn't decide which Charlie's Angels threesome I wanted to
like there's
put out there.
5 of them out of the first original show. Then there's the later group, and then another group, and
yeah, there was the 4 or 5 original show. You got the movies. Then you had another television show.
Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. That was an excellent version.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz is on my forever bucket list. Like, or a hall pass, I'd say. She's permanently on my hall pass list.
Okay.
I love her. I think she's funny. She's
that.
beautiful. And she seems real down to earth. I mean, many years ago, before she was really big, my wife's cousin Scotty went to University of Tampa, and she ended up at a bar to a party they were having. And she was cooking breakfast for everybody the next morning and just shooting the shit. This was like right before she broke out with the mask.
No shit.
She just seems like she'd be a fun, down to earth person.
Huh. Okay. I'm not gonna take away from that.
All right.
Who's next on this list? Herm, Catherine Bach, Linda Carter, Nell Carter.
We're gonna marry Nell Carter.
My man.
We are gonna marry Nell Carter. You see the way she took care of them kids in the Chief?
That's right. And 2 of those kids were good looking.
That's right.
What was the name of that show? Give Me a Break.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, Give Me a Break. Dolph Sweet was the.
That's right. The cop.
Played the cop.
Was the Chief.
Yeah.
What up, Leon, in the comments section? How you doing tonight, brother?
All right, so we're gonna marry Nell Carter.
Okay.
We're gonna fuck Linda Carter. And we're gonna kill Catherine Bach.
Wow. All right then. That is not the way I thought that would go. Because I had it. I'm gonna marry Nell Carter. I'm gonna fuck Catherine Bach. I'm gonna kill Linda Carter.
Linda Carter was like the first. Was the first MILF.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
For us, Linda Carter was the first MILF.
Fuck yeah.
Still is. Fucking it, Jennifer Coolidge.
Right.
Even though she is who they made that term for.
Stifler's mom. I don't care what she's in. You see her in a movie, you say, that's Stifler's mom.
Yep. What's that actress? You know, Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. All right. Who's next?
You.
I just did mine.
Oh, all right.
Marry Nell, fuck Linda, kill Catherine.
All right. So it's mine. Now it's my question.
Yep.
So my question is, my group is the Hulks. Ed Norton, Bill Bixby, Eric Bana.
Ooh, you didn't even include what's his nuts there, Mark Ruffalo. That's interesting.
Fuck him.
That's interesting.
No, it's not interesting. Fuck him sideways. I would marry Bill Bixby.
All of those were all standalone Hulks. They were all
Yep.
standalone Hulks. None of those were Marvel Universe Hulks.
I would marry Bill Bixby. I would fuck Ed Norton. I would kill Eric Banya.
This motherfucker wins the prize.
That's exactly the same.
Eric Bana and that version of the Hulk. Fuck that. Die, bitch.
I get what they were going for with that movie.
Me too. They were going for the fucked up version of the Hulk comic. Fuck that.
No, but I mean, not story aside, the story was absolutely trash. But the way they shot it kind of looked like a comic book as you were unfolding a comic book. I get it.
You were unfolding it. I get it. But
the story was just so fucking
Hulk,
bad.
That is a Hulk story. That's a legitimate comic book story.
But they did it so poorly.
Well, I never liked the secondary storyline. I always liked the Bill Bixby, Ed Norton, fucking around, gamma ray, scientist thing. The Eric Bana version was the Incredible Hulk. And it was a fucked up, version of the Hulk that Stan really didn't have a lot to do with. It was a secondary storyline that was created. And I always fucking hated it. And that's the real story. Parents, things, stuff was passed on at birth. It was a horrible secondary storyline. It was horrible. It's they did like a fan fiction spin-off line, and it sucked. And that's the only reason I didn't like the Eric Bana version, because it's an abomination.
Well, and Marvel did that. Marvel consistently did that and does that with their titles. You had the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men. Then you had all the other little titles, and then it's it's
right,
alternate Earth 289.
Right. I liked the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk series. I didn't like it.
No, I have to agree with you there. I like the original Stan Lee gamma ray accident in a lab type story versus the other convoluted shit. Like She-Hulk, I've never
I like the whole
not a fan of She-Hulk. Not a fan of Son of Hulk and all that other shit.
Those are all. Well, the Son of Hulk is basically the same as the Incredible Hulk. They used the passing of genetics as a part of the storyline, and
I don't.
You guys have to excuse me for a minute.
Go ahead, my man. All right. So, Lynch? What's your? Did we do your group? What's your group?
My next group, or
no. Did you answer the Hulk's question?
Yeah, I the same way as Burns.
And that would be my same way as well. I would be marry Bill Bixby, fuck Edward Norton, and kill Eric Bana. So there it is.
Because and it's in that order that how I appreciate the Hulk, or which version of the Hulk you're
I'm not. Ruffalo did a great job with that role. I'm not taking away. I was literally just going with non-Marvel universe these characters, and
the actual standalone stories. So I agree with the two Utes on top of me there. Two Utes, you pieces of shit.
That means we are
back at
number 3 on Lynch's list.
All right. Which way do I want to go here? Aha, here we go. Blossom, Punky Brewster, Carol Severs.
Too easy. I would marry Carol, I'd fuck Punky, and I would kill Blossom.
Are we talking about Soleil Moon Frye later in life?
Yes, later.
Well, not when she was 6, Herm.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going, because Punky Brewster is 5. So
yeah, we're not. This isn't the Joe Biden sniffing hour. Come on now.
I was just wondering,
18 plus. They're all 18 plus now.
Heard. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would have to marry Carol Seaver. It's Carol Seaver, for crying out loud.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. And when Punky Brewster grew up, she's definitely the one that I'm just just sleeping with. And who's the other one again?
Blossom.
Kill that bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
Kill that bitch.
Now, if you'd have put
I mean, it's
6
not
on
like-
that list,
I was just gonna say, like the only reason to keep Blossom around is because maybe is to get to 6. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, same order, same list for me. It's like I kind of knew all the answers to these going into it, with pretty much what you guys would say. So it's kind of hard. If it were like a blind audience, I think it would be a little bit more outrageous and funny. Because we know each other so well, we kind of are like, oh, I know what Burns is going to say this one, so I discounted a lot of stuff. I started writing shit down. Like, nope, I already know the answer. So
that's why I went with really fucked up shit.
That me too. This isn't the fucked up shit yet.
yeah, my two last ones are fucked up.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, I got my next one, which is not fucked up, but it has a theme.
All right.
Your choices are Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Garner, or Jennifer Aniston.
We are going to marry Jennifer Garner.
Okay.
We are going to fuck the first one.
Jennifer Lawrence, okay.
That one. And kill the third one.
Aniston, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't a Rachel fan.
Nor was I, but her stuff after that has been some really good stuff, and she is still hot.
Yeah.
Start.
I'm not saying she didn't have great tits. Doesn't have great tits. I'm over that.
So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to marry Jennifer Garner. See, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna fuck Jennifer Lawrence and kill Jennifer Aniston.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna go that way with that.
Well, I'm glad I went a different way. I am.
Oh, you're gonna go my way?
Thank you, Lenny. I'm gonna marry Jennifer Lawrence. I am gonna fuck Jennifer Aniston, and I am gonna kill Jennifer Garner. Never been a fan. I don't know what it is about
What
her.
was the show she did? Alias?
Alias was a great show.
Dude,
that was a
dude. The clothing that she didn't wear in that show.
Oh.
Am I supposed to be getting like the sweats right now?
Well, are you waiting for results on a pregnancy test, or like if you have the clap or something?
No, I've just had a stomach bug since 2 a.m.
Okay, so
well, given the fact that you're sick, then sweats could totally be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure.
Like, do you feel cold, or do you feel like you're going to burn up?
No, I feel like I'm burning up right now.
Okay. Yeah, because the cold sweats are the fucking worst, man.
Yes, this I know to be true. You start to shiver and fuck that
you don't know whether to jump in a pond or light yourself on fire.
Exactly.
Hello,
Laurel in the comment section. Thanks for joining us.
Laurel.
All right, so
Laurel.
So what is it? Is it my group? Did we answer
it? It is your group of 3. I've got 2 more, and then I'm probably gonna bail on you guys. I gotta take a shower. I gotta get some rest. I don't know what I'm doing here, but
word. All right, so the trio is Jason, Freddy, or Michael Myers.
Yeah, it's on my list too.
You guys are queer.
Well, I'll go.
As well, you should.
I'll answer my own. Well, first of all, I'm gonna marry Freddy.
All right, that's what I have on mine. Yep.
I'm gonna marry Freddy because of the 3. If I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this motherfucker, he's the only one that speaks. Okay. So while life with Freddy might be tough as his spouse, at least I can have a conversation and know what the fuck he's thinking.
All right.
Very valid point.
All right. Now, Jason and Michael Myers, it's kind of a coin toss. All right. Yes, they're both very strong. They'd hold me in their arms very tightly. Very
Wow,
powerful.
This went sideways really fucking quick.
Very tight, very tightly.
Very
Wow.
strong. Very powerful men. It's kind of flip a coin. It doesn't really matter. Really, neither one of them can be killed, as we've seen. So, we're gonna fuck Michael Myers because at least I might get to talk to Jamie Lee Curtis's character with that, and we'll just kill Jason because if we can.
All right, I got the same list. Mine breaks down the same way: Mary, Freddy, fuck Michael, kill Jason.
I mean, he's a prick, but at least I could talk to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my results are the same. All right, here we go. Bert, Ernie, Big Bird.
Oh my God, this is why I can't take you guys seriously.
I mean, I was thinking
I almost want to harm this list, but I play by the rules.
The rules.
The rules. Bert, Ernie, or Big Bird. Well,
Bert.
I'd probably marry Bert. He seems pretty fucking stable. All right. Yes, he's a clean freak and he's a little nervous and shit, but you know, I got to worry about Ernie just fucking with me all the time. So we're going to marry Bert. I think we're going to fuck Ernie. And the only reason being is that Big Bird is so fucking tall. Like, what am I going to have to stand on to fuck him with? Like, I have to stand on a Buick.
We can figure that out. Minor details.
I'm just thinking for ease of access, you know, we fuck Ernie and we kill Big Bird because then we've got a real big fucking piece of poultry to put in a smoker.
I like your thinking. I
should have stayed in bed.
I went a little different way. Bert is constant. He's I'm going to marry Bert. Like you said, he seems
Bert is stable.
He's stable. He's got his quirks. He's like living with what's his name from The Odd Couple. It's okay.
Yeah, calm down. Yeah, Felix.
It's like Ernie's such a whiny little bitch. I'm going to kill him. And I would rather go through the mental and physical gymnastics that would take to actually penetrate Big Bird and get a T-shirt that says "I fuck Big Bird." And I'll
my list is the same as
I would print that shit and make money.
I'm actually, but it's slightly different. I'm marrying Big Bird. I'm fucking Bert. I'm killing Ernie.
Wow, that's not
fuck
nice,
Ernie.
Bert. Why don't we cuddle anymore, Bert?
Bert, I want to be the little spoon.
Bert. Can you put 2 fingers in my butthole this evening, please?
Whoa. Yeah.
All right. So we've all right. So all this answered. All right. So we're on to Chris's next question.
Yeah.
All right. Heading into the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Britney, Christina, or T-Swizzle?
Who's T-Swizzle?
Taylor Swift.
So
you got Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Taylor Swift.
I am marrying Christina Aguilera. I am fucking Britney because that bitch is crazy. And crazy chicks are great in bed.
Great.
And to avoid all of this bullshit in the 2024s and the 2000s and the 2000 years, we're gonna kill Taylor Swift.
Okay.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm gonna marry Taylor Swift for her money.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill Christina Aguilera because she's just really kind of useless, and I'll fuck Britney.
All right. I'm marrying
I
Taylor.
think I killed Perm.
I'm marrying Taylor. I'm fucking Christina. I'm killing Brittany. That's just the way that goes.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the way
Nope.
it goes.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's
I was
the
gonna say,
way.
that's the way it happened.
That's the way the hooker give a blowjob.
Who
All
is
right.
next? I have one more left.
All right, so here it is. Biden, Trump, or RFK Jr.
I might
All
have
right,
to Herm this one.
I'm gonna marry RFK. I'm gonna fuck Trump and get the hush money, and then I'm gonna kill Biden.
Oh, fuck Biden.
He doesn't do it for me. I couldn't see myself. Shut up.
I'll fuck Biden.
Oh my god.
Marry
I
Trump.
have the best
Kill
asshole.
RFK.
Nobody has a better asshole than me.
Me. It is the cleanest asshole.
It's
It
the
is the
cleanest
biggest,
asshole.
the biggest asshole
Lots of
ever.
people have
It's
told me,
huge,
"Sir,
huge
how do you
assholes.
do it?" And I'm like, hey, I'm just built different.
It's not made in China.
Vagina.
In China.
Confused with vagina. Just grab him by the pussy. You know, it's fine. Just grab him by the pussy. It's fine. You know.
Right?
All right. So what are you doing? Lynch?
Who?
Lynch's choice?
Like I said, I'm fucking Biden, marrying Trump, killing RFK.
Okay.
I think I gotta marry Biden. Not for his political stance, but just because I can't deal with Trump's fucking with Trump's persona. It's not gonna happen. We aren't gonna mix well. Biden, you can talk to him. He's all right.
There might be
RFK,
issues.
that motherfucker's half dead already. They pulled a worm out of his fucking brain. They pulled another chunk of something out of him. This asshole is fucking closer to the fucking Walking Dead than any other person on the planet.
He ain't lying.
He is speaking true words.
Like, I'm sorry. Just put him out of his misery. It's like a dog that you just won't let go of. They pulled a worm out of his fucking brain.
I want to know how it got there.
And he's running for president. Have you listened to him? I can't tell. It's like listening to a lobotomy patient.
Yeah.
That's my impression.
For
Hope you
real.
like-
It's
That was good
listening
stuff.
to a lobotomy patient.
I try.
All right.
Oh,
Who's next then?
whose list was that? Herm's?
Which one? Biden, Trump, RFK? That was me.
Yeah.
So it's Lynch.
So then it would,
All right.
yeah, Lynch would go next.
Okay, we got that crazy shit out of the way. Leather, Pinky, or Joni?
I'm marrying Joni.
Okay.
I'm fucking Pinky. And Leather comes off as a little too dykish for me, so I'm going to kill her.
Okay. Herm.
Yeah, Joni's the Marion type. She's a little wild, but you know, she's a pretty good girl for the most part too. Yeah, Leather comes off way too lipstick lesbian for me, and I think Pinky is definitely the chick you take home on a Saturday night and bang on a couch.
You're banging in an uncomfortable place like the back of a
That's-
Yugo.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta agree with you guys. I would definitely marry Joni. Fuck Pinky and kill Leather. Yeah, Leather's just, I don't know. there was something about her. She was pretty lady. Just something about her just kind of creeped me out.
She was more manly than Richie.
Well, my left toe is more manly than fucking Richie Cunningham.
Good point. Good point. Oh, all right. Let me get mine out of the way. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Elvira Montana, Tony's wife in Scarface. Or the character of Elvira on the Oak Ridge Boys music video.
This is a good one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill the Elvira from the music video.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry Elvira, Mistress of the Night. I'm gonna fuck Elvira from Tony Montana.
See, I had those in reverse. I still had kill the Oak Ridge Boys, Elvira, but I'm fucking Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and I'm marrying Elvira Montana.
Yeah, because she'll love me in the morning.
That's right. Another Quaalude. She's gonna love me in the morning.
She'll love me in the morning.
Say hello to my little friend.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch that movie again.
I gotta go with that. We gotta kill Elvira from the video. We gotta marry Elvira Montana. And we can bang Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark.
Correct. Oh,
oh yeah.
I feel like bad things are coming. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you. Glad I could come play with you guys.
Word.
But I feel bad shit coming on, so I'm gonna head upstairs and
go lay down, man. Get some rest.
I'm gonna do my best. I'll get with you guys in the chat tomorrow and appreciate it. All you guys out there, have fun. If these guys are doing more fuck, marry, kill, join in. Do your thing, man. But as for me and my dumbass, I'm gonna go shit some liquid. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Bless your asshole.
All right. All right. So here's my next three.
Oh boy, who we got?
All right. Medea.
Okay.
Big Mama, as the played
Martin
by Mark.
Lawrence.
Yep. Or Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, good category, my man. I'm gonna marry Medea. I'm gonna kill Mrs. Doubtfire, and I'm gonna fuck Big Mama.
See,
just because.
Now, how come you're gonna marry Medea?
I don't know. I just think between the two of them,
that just seems like a lot of. Have you watched those movies? That woman seemed like a lot of trouble.
I think I can honestly say I've only ever watched one, and it was completely by accident. I like his stuff outside of the Medea stuff he does. I think he's a fairly decent actor when he's playing it straight.
Yeah,
I think
he
couldn't get into it.
He produces some decent movie, film, TV stuff.
And I think he's just a quality human being. Which I don't have a lot of people I can say that about Hollywood types right now.
No, I would have to agree.
But yeah, see Big Mama's House. I didn't see it when it came out. I watched it fucking years later when it like 3-4 years later when it was on a constant cycle on like Cinemax and HBO, Showtime, whatever. Mrs. Doubtfire is what I grew up on. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course I'm gonna, that's what I'm used to. Medea, I don't know. Yeah, she's trouble, but it could be fun. And I just don't remember Mrs. Big Mama that much.
I remember the first movie, but I'm gonna marry Mrs. Doubtfire. She seems to have her shit together.
That is a very valid point.
All right, Medea is definitely like is a trouble girl. She definitely, you're gonna have some fun, but you're probably going to jail with her. She's definitely not somebody you want to marry. You definitely want to have some fun with her though. So we're gonna fuck Medea, and then we're just gonna have to, by process of elimination, kill the Big Mama character. And there it is. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite, but the same.
Yeah. End result is still the same. Let's see what else do I have here. Oh, here we go. Princess Leia, Queen Amidala, Rey. I figured you would appreciate this one because you're a bigger Star Wars fan than Burns.
We're going to kill Rey. Yep. We're gonna marry Amidala. And we're gonna fuck Leia just because it's Carrie Fisher.
Same order, same reasons. I mean, Carrie Fisher, man, in her prime, she's beautiful. Like, even when she got older, she was a beautiful woman. But man, there's a couple books that I've read over the last 30 years that feature her as like she comes up in a lot of Hollywood crazy party stories. Let's just put it to you that way. And she just seemed like she was a lot of fun. And if there was a category, it was just like BFF. She'd be my BFF, just to hang out and watch all the trouble that she creates. But yeah, same order. Rey is useless. I mean, I'm not a fan of the new trilogy.
Not really.
It got woke. It got marginalized, and just it was dumb. The third one was so dumb, so dumb, and that she had no character development other than okay, we don't really know what we're doing in the third movie, so we're just going to go back to the well and make the fucking emperor not dead, and he's grandpa. That makes no fucking sense. That whole premise of that movie completely abolishes everything that happened before it, even in the prequels, which I've learned to appreciate. Which I've learned to appreciate more.
I'll watch all those Star Wars movies for just to watch a movie, but I'm
right.
not.
The third one in the new trilogy is absolutely horrible. It's the worst of the three. I've become to appreciate the prequels more now. They were okay. I enjoyed them when they came out. I was in the theater first night that they came out, all three of them. I didn't have a bad time with them, but I've learned to appreciate them more now. Aside from some of the shitty acting performances, when we were that young, when you're in our 20s, mid to late 20s, coming into 1998, 99, when they released the Phantom Menace, we wanted what we wanted. And when it didn't go that way with those movies, you were like, oh, fuck, man, fuck him. Fuck George Lucas, ruining my childhood. But now, watching the first 6 movies together, it tells a beautiful story. And he did it really, really well. Some of the characters are goofy and obnoxious, yeah, of course, but telling the overall story, and it's an actual tragedy.
Yeah, it's a good telling of the story. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do we have? Now mine, right?
Yeah.
This is my last one.
Okay.
It's excuse me, Mrs. Roper, Mrs. Garrett, Mrs. Cleaver.
Ooh. I'm gonna marry Mrs. Cleaver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Oh, Mrs. Garrett, Mrs. Cleaver. What's the third one?
Mrs. Roper.
Mrs. Roper. I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna kill the other one.
Gonna kill Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah.
That kind of messes up the whole Joe Tootie Blair thing.
Yeah, I know. He kind of ruins it for me. Yeah, it's the butterfly effect. It's a whole new show now. It's a whole new show.
Now we have to have us all new questions.
Oh my god, the sequel. I couldn't think of anything new.
Yeah, see, now I would marry Mrs. Garrett. All right. She knew her shit. She was tough. I bet she liked to drink a little. I'm going to fuck Mrs. Cleaver.
Show her things about what it's like in 2020.
That's right.
2024.
That's right. And
hang on, babies. Things have changed.
We'll just kill Mrs. Roper. There it is.
Yeah, she could be fun though, man. She seems like a lot of fun. Yeah. I have more, but let's see. No, I did that one. It burns Mary Cleaver, fuck Garrett, kill Roper. Yeah, okay, same thing. Oh, I'll do this one. I couldn't remember a character name, so it's the chick from Titanic, who I know is Kate Winslet. Ripley from Alien, Sigourney Weaver. Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Who is the middle person?
Sigourney Weaver. Ripley from Alien.
We're gonna marry Kate Winslet. We're gonna fuck Jamie, and we're gonna kill Ripley.
The exact same answer just popped up in the side chat there. Mary Kate, fuck Jamie, kill Ripley.
Ripley's just a little too butch, regardless of how she's put together.
I'm gonna marry Jamie. I'm gonna fuck Kate Winslet. And I'm gonna kill Ripley.
All right. All right.
Basically the same reasons.
All right.
Just a little difference there. Yeah. So this was fun. This was different.
Fun. It was a little different. I think it'd be good I think it'd be really good with Marsh the next time we do it.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna 80s centric it if Marsh was on it and just watch him lose his shit a little bit.
Yeah, I would have a whole list in my head already for 80s stuff for him. It's
because if he was
I just want to hear him say I didn't think this through.
That's what I'm saying. That was the whole point. If he was part of the show this week, I would have tried to come up with an 80s centric list. And see what he did with that. But no, this wasn't too bad. This was pretty good. This was pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of a good substitute for questions from the hat. We're really doing the same thing, just it's a specific question.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it allows for expansion and talk. It worked. I think it's an experiment. We could call it successful.
Yeah, it deserves a round 2. But man,
absolutely.
So, what is new and exciting in Poopo, Colorado? I know that you went to a horror con this weekend.
Oh, I went to a horror con. That was pretty freaking cool. Got to see my friend D from DC Creations. Awesome. Out of Montana. You can check her out on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, it was some pretty cool stuff. There were some pretty good actors there from some serious stuff. The girl that was in the hole in Silence of the Lambs.
Yep, that's awesome.
Was there. A couple of what's his name there? The guy that played the Doofy in the Scream movie.
David Arquette.
No, the other guy. There's another guy there from that movie. There was another guy there. He's been in a few movies. Michael Ironside was there.
Yeah, I heard that was a cool experience.
It was pretty cool. I talked as he was coming out of the bathroom and had about a 15-20 minute conversation with him. There were some other actors there. People selling some really great handmade stuff, all with horror, like some expensive shit. Like we're talking, there's like $1,000, $1,500 pieces of like recreations of stuff from movies. Like they had 3 Cenobites up there that looked like you could fucking, they were ready to move.
Yeah.
That this guy had done, and they were like $2,000, but they were exquisitely done. There's some really exquisite shit there.
Yeah,
Some
I like.
really awesome artists. It was good shit.
Yeah, there is a horror con. I'm glad we're talking about it because I think the same horror con is coming to Connecticut in September. And Megan's like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, I've never been to a horror con, so I don't know what to expect. I said probably a lot of artists and sculptors, and of course,
People
actors.
selling, people selling, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, blankets, all with everything on it. Stranger Things, this, and
A
there's
lot
a
of
guy
movie.
that was doing all of his own hand etched glasses.
Yeah, probably a lot of movie posters too, right?
You can go through that, and there's a
Yeah.
way to go through that. Yep, all kinds of shit. This was pretty good shit. It wasn't just like wasn't just movie posters. It was
Yeah.
a lot of really great shit. There was a guy there that had a Funko Pop booth with some really great fucking Funko Pops and sets, and it was pretty good shit. There was a lot of great artists and great vendors there.
Yeah.
It was
So
really good.
I think I'll end up going. It's cheap. It's a cheap afternoon out. Megan said she wanted to go, so we'll look about tickets and maybe.
Yeah,
I'll
I mean,
check
tickets
Connecticut.
were this was this particular convention is Nightmares. So ours is out here is Rocky Mountain. Then there's another couple of spots they do, but it's still something Nightmares.
Right.
But yeah, it was a nice hotel. The ball took over the whole ballroom. It was good shit.
Yeah. We had a good weekend. We went to see the Red Sox versus the Nationals. Red Sox actually won 4-2.
Nice.
They went through their entire bullpen within the first 8 innings, and they pulled up their closer, who actually scored a win with that game. It was a good time. Beautiful day. Beautiful. It was like 53, 54 degrees, light breeze. Beautiful day in Fenway. Then we went over to the Patriot Place and got some Citizen Crust pizza, which is some of the best pizza I've ever had. Totally, it's like wood fired, all sorts of crazy like toppings. Of our favorite there is it's pepperoni.
Yeah,
marinara pepperoni, really crispy pepperoni that gets really crunchy, and they drizzle honey on the top of it. Oh my god, the sweet of the honey with the tang, the texture, and the spicy of the pepperoni is so fucking good.
Oh yeah,
it's worth the other 40-minute ride from Fenway to Patriot Place to go there, and it wasn't crowded. We sat down within half an hour, ate, and we were home by 11.
No, that's why I keep a large container of hot honey in the cabinet all the time.
I was reading an article the other day about food, and it was mentioned again that honey is the perfect food.
It's the only food on the planet that doesn't spoil.
It will last forever. Outside of maybe catching an aroma or a flavor of something it's adjacent to in storage, like if it's like in a hive for a very long time, it won't rot. It'll just taste different.
Then it just needs to be heated up, and whatever is the impurities are in it go to the top, and they make a scum.
Yep, and you take that and make wax out of it.
Well, you skim the stuff off the top, and even if any honey that's like, they found honey in Egyptian tombs that is crystallized, and when it's heated up,
it's perfect.
And reverts back to original fucking honey.
So could you imagine that having the ability to taste honey from that long ago?
Oh yeah.
Like how mind-blowing of an experience would that be? That'd be like,
I would love that.
This is fucking cool.
I would love that, because I spend disgusting amounts of money on certain honeys as it is. Like I get a honey. I have a connection, and I get it's acacia honey, African acacia honey, that with white truffle.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
really fucking expensive as fuck.
yeah.
But it's really, really awesome on certain things, and you only use a little tiny bit of it. And I've had the same jar for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, because between with the white truffle and that acacia, that flavor is just so you don't need a lot of it to flavor an entire dish.
No,
Yeah,
it works great with seafood, but it's beautiful. But yeah, like honey is it's the only food on the planet that doesn't spoil.
yeah, and
Does
that's
not
it's
go bad in any way, shape, or form,
no, and
regardless of what form it's in or it changes to.
yeah, you can freeze it. You can freeze it before it crystallizes. You can crystallize it. You can keep it in its natural state at room temperature forever. It doesn't go bad. The only reason they have a date on the honey you buy in the store is because most of that isn't straight real honey. There's some man had a little bit of something to do with the manufacturing of that.
No, actually, the reason is because is the ruling in '96. The ruling in '96, they started the Food and Drug started mandating an expiration date on everything. That's when expiration dates went on on soda.
So
Back then, it just mandated everything has to, so they just put a date on it, and certain things aren't allowed to have you. um, like canned foods, most of your canned foods will process with up to 2 years. Is your
yeah,
and honey, the way that honey is produced, because it's produced, is a little less than that. But it's the same. It's they give it a really, really long shelf life that's much longer than is anything required to use that size bottle. But
yeah,
it has to have a date and be given a date and be given something.
yeah.
It was a rule that went into effect, and that's when they started dating, everything, putting dates on soda, putting dates on everything.
I
And
thought in my head, I thought it was earlier, but thinking about that, it makes sense because I was still working at the grocery store in
no, it was an
'96.
FDA mandate, and everything had to have a date. And if you look at honey, honey doesn't have an expiration date. There's 3 categories. There's expiration dates,
There's
uh,
Best Buy.
there's sell by dates, and then there's best by dates.
Yeah,
Expiration dates are exactly that. They are for foods that will expire regardless of how temperature controlled they
right,
are.
right.
Um, canned goods are best buys for the most part, as long as they stay sealed. Dry stuff is that way. Seasoning mixes are best buy, but seasonings don't go as bad as everybody thinks. But um, I go through them fast, so I really don't know what the average household. I go through spices fast, and I buy bottles that are and plastics restaurant containers that are this big.
Well, see,
Um,
that's the thing. I do know that they lose their potency over time. I mean, at my father-in-law's house when he was living in Pennsylvania, I opened a quarter cabinet. It's the same. It was the same bottle of Accent. Not even bottle. It was a cardboard box of Accent powder in his little spinny cabinet for 25 plus years.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
that doesn't go
But
bad really. That's just
it's just
MSG.
yeah. So people don't go through spices that fast. We
No,
don't.
no, I mean I
You
go
do
through.
because
Yeah,
you're a smoker. You do briskets and you do when you cook for an army. We cook for 2, maybe 4.
yeah. Like when I buy onion powder at Walmart, I don't buy 2 of
you
those.
you
I
bet
buy
like
20 of them
yeah.
and have a shot, because the onion powder that I like, they don't have it in a big container, but it's really, really cheap. So I like Walmart's onion powder. I just go in and buy 20 and then put it in a big jar.
Yeah.
The
I've never
restaurant,
tried I've never tried Walmart's onion powder.
it's good.
We do we usually it's like the McCormick. We get it in the not quite restaurant size. It's the size down from that. We go through that shit a lot because
Yeah,
we
it's
make our
like
own pasta sauces
yeah,
and we
it's
do.
like a miniature restaurant.
Yeah. But shit like that we go through. But I mean, we've had the same bottle of time for probably 25 years. You know.
Yeah, I go
Yeah,
through.
it was.
I buy time about twice a year.
It blows my mind that there is a still not still, but there's actually a food on the planet that just won't go bad, and that does it leads into like people like you said expiration, use by, or best by. Best by implies it'll be okay after that date, but it's at its best before that date.
Yeah, all it means is that some of the flavors might lose a small amount of potency.
Yeah.
But we're talking hermetically sealed, foil-lined packages that really aren't exposed to air, are actually opened. So they're really kind of just as good as an unopened spice in your cabinet. Spices are only good for 6 months after you open them. They can
Right.
sit sealed in your cabinet for a year and a half.
Yeah, because they haven't been exposed to the two things that kill them fastest, air and light.
Right. So they sit in there and they're fine. It's once you open it, it should be about 6 months.
Right. So that's why we warn people when we give them a 12 pack or 18 pack of our eggs from our chickens. We don't wash them. You don't wash eggs right out of the coop.
No, well, not fresh ones. You can, but then you have to refrigerate them.
Right, and then you're setting the timer on it expiring. When eggs come out of the chicken, there's this stuff called a bloom on it. The bloom is like this layer of really, really thin mucus around the egg.
It's a film that seals the egg and and because the shell is actually porous.
Yes, so it leaves it just porous enough for that if it were a fertilized egg, the chicken inside would get the oxygen it needs to grow. You scrub that bloom off with a paper towel under warm water. You're setting the clock on expiration. Then you have to refrigerate them, and once you refrigerate them, the clock starts ticking even faster. So I say keep them. We've kept them unrefrigerated. Only wash them when you use them. Leave them alone until you're using them.
Yep.
And they'll last a good long time. Unfortunately, I learned that very young. Working on the farm down the road from me.
Yep.
The ins and outs of chickens and pigs.
Yep.
Anything decent happened this last week? You see they destroyed the last part of that bridge down in Baltimore with a controlled explosion.
Yeah, they did. They did destroy part of the last piece that was hanging. So trying to get that port opened.
And that poor crew has been on the boat for 49 days now, including today since the incident happened. And
they haven't left the boat.
They're still there. So they're hoping. I guess the game plan is to get the boat out of the harbor into port by the end of this week, beginning of next, so they can get them off the boat. And then, of course, there's going to be all sorts of protocol they're going to have to follow. They're going to be interviewed face to face, blah 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 blah. Again, even though they went through all that bullshit on the boat. I feel bad. I feel bad for them. And was it 7 guys that we lost in that? That sucks.
Yeah, I mean the guys on the boat will probably get spoken to again once they get back on land.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. More than likely.
They'll just be looking for inconsistencies in stories again.
Yeah, they want to make. They're going to go over the stories and try to poke it with holes or give it some credence. Man, yeah. Oh, today was the last nice day of the week. It's gonna fucking rain here for the next 4 days.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain here tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe some wind and hail.
What's the temp been out there during the day? Like, what was it today?
It was 85 degrees today.
When we were down in Key West, when you were saying, "Oh, it's 82 today," I'm like, "Yep, same down here." It's like,
yeah, but I've been to Florida 82, and I've been here 82, and I'll take Florida 82 and the extra mile and the thickest layer of atmosphere 82 any day of the week. And people think they laugh and they think it's funny, haha. until people come here, and we've had people come here and they're like, even in the winter, like, the sun is no fucking joke. But an 85 degree day here is it's fucking hot, bro. The sun here is just completely different, and it's not.
You don't have a lot of trees, man.
It's an elevation thing.
Yeah, that too. You're closer.
I mean, like, literally, there's the thickest part of the atmosphere is the bottom mile. We are pretty much missing that. We're missing 4,800 feet of that. So the sun has way less. We have way less protective atmosphere, and it's just completely fucking different.
And
it
that's
will fry you on a day that you do not. You're like, it's cool today. You will fucking fry.
And that's what I noticed being in Key West, because it didn't feel like it was 85 at all. And then I remember I was shooting the shit. My father and I were shooting the shit, and he's like, "Oh, we're going over to the tallest point in Key West, 10 foot above elevation."
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah, we're way far away from the sun and in solid land, man. This is all coral. That's why they're called the Keys, and not, the Florida islands. Islands are made out of mountain. Keys are made out of dead fish and coral."
But yeah, the sun is different here. Like, the sun today, it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, it gets fucking hot. It was hot in the car when I got out at like 2:30. It was hot.
Wow. Yeah, it wasn't that hot here today.
Yeah, and we're expecting, the usual 105s to 110s this summer.
Man, that's fucking brutal. Brutal. You can keep that. You can keep the 105s, man. I'll stick with my shitty ass Connecticut weather.
Yeah, 105. Be 105 for a fucking month.
Bro, that sucks, yo. It's too hot for me. My Irish ass can't handle that kind of heat. Us Irish are built for cold. That's probably why I like fall the best.
Well, it's not even cold. It's the same temperature most of the year round in Ireland. The way
this is true.
It's this. Their seasons aren't very dramatic. They're not known for getting snowed the fuck in.
No. Their seasons are pretty steadily the same.
Pretty moderate. There's a 10 to 20 degree jump swing, and that's about it. They're getting hit with the sea current as it blows. It's the same thing with England.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. They get that constant air current blowing across the ocean, that constant warm push. And all they get is fucking fog.
Yeah. Oh boy, and there is nothing good to report. That's for damn sure. No good news this week.
No, not really.
Other than we made it through another week, and
we made
it to a Tuesday.
We did
in June. I mean, in May, soon to be June. I can't believe May is already halfway over. But 2 weeks from yesterday is a 3-day weekend for me. I forgot Memorial Day. We are closed.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. I can't contain my excitement.
I'm on semi-vacation for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. So how's that work? So there's no food service now until mid-June.
To the end of May, because then the campus brings in, like, there'll be like sports camps, like there'll be football camps and for kids and all sorts of different sports, soccer camps, tennis camps. So we'll be back in the cafeteria feeding those kids. There's 1,500 kids a day,
right?
With the multiple camps, and then from there you roll into June, July, and then the football teams and the fall sports are starting to train again. So, yeah.
Yep. So
but from here but till the end of May, to the end of the month, it's touch and go. A little bit here, a little bit there. A day here, a day there.
Huh? Yeah. The calm before the storm. Yeah. Calm before the storm. Before the semester comes back.
Yeah.
Speaking of colleges. I know I said it in the chat the other day, but this whole thing at Duke is ridiculous for those who didn't know, don't know, or don't care to know, whatever. I'm going to tell you anyway. Jerry Seinfeld was the commencement speaker at Duke University this weekend. And 30, 40 of them got up, were wrapped in Palestinian flags and free Palestine, blah, 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 blah. Not a classy move, folks, considering who your speaker was. Way to go, wasting $750,000 of your parents' money to a college. That's like a privilege to go to Duke, and you just shit all over it, and it's just fucking rude. I understand you want to express your opinions on certain things, but there's a time and place for everything, and that was neither of which.
Well, I gotta disagree with that. I thought it was not a classy move given who the speaker was. Okay. But also it's a college graduation. It's like the guy at Berkeley said, it would be a graduation here if there wasn't some form of protesting.
True.
That's kind of the whole point of protesting, is to shake it up and do it when it's not. We're not doing this for you. We're not doing this to appease you, the person who's, oh yeah, it's cool that they did it now. They're doing it for other reasons. So I understand why they do it. I thought it was a little bit classless, the way that they did it with given the speaker and his relation to being Jewish, Israel, and all of that.
He was over there. I think he went over there in the kibbutz 2 months ago, and I remember reading the story. There is an interview with him about it somewhere, but that they had to take cover because of fucking rocket fire. I mean, shit's no joke. And
no, so
he hasn't publicly came out and said anything about it either way, but by his actions, I think you can tell where he stands, where his loyalty lies.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry's a pretty classy guy. He probably wouldn't really say a whole lot. Not right away.
No.
But I mean, I have less of a problem with that type of demonstration at a commencement exercise than I do with the camping out on the quad.
Yeah, that is more to me.
You made your point, you did your thing, you did your flags, and then the rest of the fucking thing went on, and they did their thing, and the rest of the commencement exercise went. They said, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'll give them. I'll give them that. You made your demonstration, and then you shut the fuck up.
You make a good point, because I had said in the chat a couple of days prior to that, there's how horrible I feel for the kids who want to graduate, and these other colleges are canceling graduations because of the situation right now on college campuses around the country. I feel bad for those kids. I felt bad for the kids that wanted to go to class when the classes were getting canceled, and teachers or professors who just want to go in and teach, or they weren't allowed them to do their job. And these kids who aren't going to walk, they're just going to have their diploma mailed to them. These are kids who actually give a shit about being in school and earn that diploma. They didn't go there just to fucking hang out for 2 to 4 years.
No, and I understand that. I mean,
that is more. I think that is
they're also denying them their part of their experience. It's kind of fucked up. I get that. Yeah, completely.
I mean, I completely understand your logic behind your statement about that the camping out on campus is probably worse than what they did at the graduation, because, to your point, you actually did get to have your ceremony. You got
right. You know what I mean? Like they said their piece, they walked out, they shut the fuck up, and the rest of the commencement went on, and the people booed him. And then made their demo and left, and then the rest of the people that stayed, like, applauded him and thought it was, and from what I could see, he made a great speech.
Yeah.
Like he said, he's like, I grew up with privilege, and you should use your privilege if you have it, because, like, what did he say? Look, I grew up with privilege. I was a young, funny Jewish kid that tried to get into comedy. That's 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 privilege. You get a little, oh, he's a young, funny Jewish kid, let him in. It's just the way it works.
Yep. It's just the way it worked in the 70s.
You know what I mean? If you're an Italian and a bricklayer and your father is Italian, you get a little pull with the stonemasons union. It's the same. These kids don't understand it because they're not trying to, unfortunately, do a labor job that their father is and go that route. But in the trades, there's a lot of that, that's Johnny's kid. All right, and your dad was a bricklayer, and he's vouched for you, and now we'll let you in the bricklayers union. Somebody worked hard to earn that for you.
Yeah, that's Mikey's nephew right there. He's a good welder. You're gonna hire him.
And that's white privilege. There it is in a nutshell. It's not because I was white. It's just the privileges that are afforded to anybody for the most part, especially in a lot of the trades. All right.
Because circumstances have to align themselves.
My father was
for you to have that privilege.
My father was a fucking construction worker. If I'd have wanted to run machines, I'd have gone in and taken Dad would have showed me some stuff, and I would have, he would have made sure maybe a union rep was down and saw me doing a little work, trying to get me in. You know what I mean? But that's white privilege. There it is right there. Your father's a good construction worker. I see that you're doing a kind of a decent job too. Well, we'd like to invite you into the union. That's the privilege. Like that's not privilege. Like my father worked his ass off for that. Yeah. And if I wanted to go that route, I got to work my ass off for that in order for that word to be good if my kid wants to go that route.
Right, because like I said,
like somebody was just like, oh, he's white, just let him in.
Yeah, you had circumstances that fell in your favor for you to, if you wanted to execute your opportunity.
It wasn't money. It wasn't money, or you went to a better school, or because you were white. It was built off of literally that white. Most of that white privilege is built off the sweat of somebody's father.
Who busted their ass, who came here with nothing.
And then showed a kid that had an interest or looked like he might do it or be good for it or want to do it, how to do it. So he gets a tip of the hat from a guy that's been doing it for 30 years. And somebody values that. That's it. I feel like that's the purest form of that everybody's talking about white privilege. It's not. My father was a carpenter and my kid's been swinging a hammer and he'd like to get into the union.
Well, and that's what kills me about using the word white privilege, the term white privilege, is when you hear these kids say it's a patriarchal white privilege society. Okay, 340 years ago, you would be absolutely correct. You're absolutely right. It was, and as women, we became a country, and these things called rights started forming. If you ask your typical leftist what percentage of women wanted to vote when that became a topic, of a very large majority did not want to have the right privilege to vote because of the privilege to vote. The privilege to vote came with being on the bucket brigade for the fire department. It came with a draft. It came. There were 4 civil obligations that if you voted, you had to fulfill. And they were like, "No, we're good being at home."
Yeah, it was like 65-70% were completely fine with not having to run out in the middle of the night or do whatever it is that you signed up for.
So guess what? So guess what, Pillow Pants? You're fighting. You're welcome. The white privilege that the man had in
when they granted those rights, here's the thing: when they granted those rights, they
it was perpetuated by white men. They were the majority. They pushed it.
But they also pulled those requirements off of the backs. The women didn't have to sign up for any of that shit.
No, and because it was changed,
they got the full same right to vote as in the beginning as any white man, and the 3/5 compromise and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and that's later. That was all fucked up. All right, but first as any white man, and then as any man, and they didn't want to do all the same stuff, so they actually got granted the same rights without having to pull any of the same service. Women don't sign up for selective service.
No,
they don't
you didn't have to grab a bucket during a fire after you got the right to vote, and that motion was propelled by the men in charge. They wanted women to have an equal say. You're going to get your equal say in your vote, but you don't have to do the servitude.
You just don't have to do all this other stuff.
That's fucking fantastic. So yes, that was white male privilege at its finest as well. The white men who were past tense in the majority of the country, because guess what? We all immigrated for fucking white countries originally. Europe, hello. Of course, the white folk are going to be more predominant here. It's just there is no privilege now in 2024 that I have than any other woman. I don't have any privileges or advantages over anybody. If anything, now that DEI is in full effect, we have the cards stacked against us. But if we say that,
well, yeah, because technically, a white male doesn't rate any necessity of
inclusion.
Of inclusion, and technically, we're the group that we're the enemy of all of the groups.
Yep.
We're not included as one of the they start talking about groups of people, and black ladies, black and none of them include a white male statistic. We're at the bottom of the list when it comes to who needs to get what and who's important. But that's not really that much different, because men are told we're not really important a lot all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not pissing and moaning here. I'm just saying, like, nobody cares.
No.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. My wife does, and that's as far as society is concerned, though, nobody cares. Like the trans female that became a male, that switched to male, and all of a sudden she's like 3-4 weeks in, and she's like, this is so difficult. Like, I have nobody to talk to. Like, this is welcome to the world, sweetheart. Grab a fucking hammer, grab a drill, fix something, make something, do something. Nobody gives a fuck. That you feel that way. That nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just societal.
Well, and that's why the biggest statistic of people who like to turn their own off button is white males. That's the highest suicide rate in the country.
Yeah.
Guys our age too.
Yeah, so, it's not even males, it's men. It's literally all men. Every color, every creed, every nation, especially in this country, there is a very large men ain't shit movement, so to speak, as I call it. It's not a real thing. Don't come at me.
Don't go Googling it.
But yeah, like, we at some point we became the butt of all the jokes on every sitcom. Every woman on the planet has mocked their husband speaking like,
yeah.
God
forbid I do that.
We're definitely not.
We're soon to be.
We're not included when it comes to the, people. They might be having a tough day too. Just because I'm white and
And
I
we
make a decent living, doesn't mean that I ain't got shit on my motherfucking mind, but nobody
exactly.
cares.
Nobody cares because they only care about their own feelings. They don't think about how it impacts others. I mean, come on. It's just ugh. We don't throw terms around you don't understand and equate it that because they're the first to scream false equivalency. Yeah. And well, like why when people would just say Trump is a racist. Well, why? Give me a reason. He just is. That's not an argument. Give me an argument.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. My argument would be, I just feel it in my gut. I can't say that he is or not. It just, I can't say that he is or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
Right.
can't make that argument. But I'd bet he is a little more racist than when he's just driving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel the same way. I
betting
feel the same way.
he's a lot more racist than when he's just driving, and he doesn't drive himself anywhere. So,
Chew on that, motherfucker.
So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he is or not.
I really don't care. I really don't care either.
Well, I don't think I do care, only because I don't think anybody that could be possibly considered an outwardly racist person should really be leading the free country. I don't think that's a good look professionally.
Yeah.
In that's all.
How the kids say it now that it's bad optics.
Oh yeah, well that's the optics are horrible on that. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh God. Well, I hear some drums, I think.
Yeah, I got him going a little bit. Absolutely.
So hopefully Mr. Eminem himself, Matt Marshall, will be back next week. Well, I know he's been pulling some OT at the
he has
at the place that lines his bank. Yeah.
At the sub shop.
Yeah, the grinder store. That place that throws him money every week or every 2 weeks, however he gets paid. We'll figure something out up until then. I mean,
absolutely.
Comments, questions, concerns, reach out. You know where to find all of us.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. We got our own Facebook page. Post, interact, do something. Come back and leave comments after the fact because I like going back and looking at those if there's any to see who I like. This Laurel chick, I have no idea who Laurel is.
Yeah, I don't know who Laurel is, but I'm
gonna have to look it up.
Low. Now I got to go back and check now I got to go in and check everything, check all the accounts.
I'm gonna go back and click on Laurel, see who she's all about.
Absolutely. Tell her thank you for stopping into the show.
I will. Thanks for stopping by. Here's your sign.
All right, boys and girls, that's going to do it for us. We will see you next week.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. There it is. Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful blood. In the blackest moment of a dying world, what have you
Nothing this week. We're just going to say goodnight.